coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Alongside Brandon Gaudin, alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field the defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. It's taken to the 26. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Second down, Howell back to pass. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. Down inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Powell. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, It allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Now Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 47 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Prescott. Going up top. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 78 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Faking the handoff. Howell. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Howell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd down, Howell now. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Let's go. A give up the middle to Gibson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd down. Howell. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. Back to the ground with Gibson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Howell from the gun. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Dallas offense set for this next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Prescott. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Fielded at the 43. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. He finds his man Johnson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. Gibson again. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was brought down by a gain of a yard.
Pollard going to try the right side. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Prescott to throw it. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 31 yards on the punt there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the Washington offense going back to work. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Let's go now. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Washington.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Howell. Touchdown, Washington. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Cowboys 7. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Cowboys. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To throw is Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
It's a gain of 31 yards. That's good.
First down, Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Prescott puts it on the carpet. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Howell. And incomplete on the deep ball. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. This time they stay on the ground. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Prescott, he's got his man. It's Schultz.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now locked.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. So that was a long 11-play drive, and it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Coming across the field, he finds Dotson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now throwing on 1st down here. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Powell. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
2nd down and goal. Powell. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On third down, it's Prescott.
Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth.
Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Ball start. Offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They'll throw again. Prescott. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now Prescott on fourth down. Over the middle, and he lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A handoff for Gibson.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Howell throwing on third down here.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A huge play there for Washington. 47 yards.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Gibson toss right.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
89 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And they will take a knee here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they'll indeed take a knee. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. The kick by Bass is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Prescott. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to get...
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Let's go.
And here's a give to Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Go get him now. I got my car.